Let's nurture ourselves with our practice. We're going to come to our feet to stand. Stand on our feet and to feel our physical body. Yeah. Breathing in, lift the shoulders up. Releasing the tension out through the mouth. Really let that out. And again, breathing in. And that nice out through the mouth. And again, breathing in. And we're going to see if we can incorporate in our practice that Ujaii breath, or ocean breath is a good way of describing it, which is not just the out breath being like a, but also the in being a. So it's a slight constriction on the throat, as if when if you had a mirror in your hand, you were going, you'd be clouding it up. So it's that sound. So if you do that on the out breath, keep the throat in the same position as you breathe in through your nostrils. You'll find that breath is much slower and longer immediately. So this is going to be really sustaining for our practice and supporting. So we have an integral support system. So let's just try that a little bit now, breathing in and out through the nostrils with the Ujaii breath. Okay, so we're going to bring the sides of the legs together and the sides of the feet, breathing in, lift the arms up. We're going to bring the hands together, either with the hands together above the head or interlinking and extending upwards. Breathe in, hold that breath in, feel that energy fill up your battery, and then breathing out slowly with control out through the nostrils with that ha in the throat to slow the breath down, to make it smooth and steady. And we'll come in again, breathing in through the nostrils. Strong inhale, make it audible to yourself. Stretch up, legs together, pushing off the toes, heels lifted, and breathing out slowly. Bring the heels down, that ha in the throat, but with the nostrils closed. One more, breathing in. Stretch up, lift off the heels, pushing off the toes, lifting the chest, lengthening and bringing the legs together, squeezing everything together. And then breathing out, slowly release as your hands come down. And then we're going to release a little bit of that with a half breath. So breathing in, lifting up, and then out. It's a little bit more dynamic now. Breathing in, and then out through the mouth. Good. Let's get rid of all the tiredness, all the kind of achy bits, all the damp, all that sort of wintry kind of collapse. Let's shiny ourselves up. One more. Really super shiny. Good. And then we're just going to turn, not just mobilize the neck, particularly this damp cold makes us hunch the shoulders up. So just check your feet, our hips are apart, parallel, soft knees. Lift the chest, shoulders down, breathe in through the nostrils. Keep the back of the neck long, so you're looking directly forwards and you're not lifting the chin there. As you breathe out, you're going to turn the head to look over the left shoulder. Keep the body facing forwards. Keep that position of the head, breathing in. And see if you can just take it a little bit further round on that long, slow out breath. So again, using that ocean breath, that Ujaii breath, making that breath longer and stronger. I use the inhale to bring the head back to center. And breathing out again through the nostrils. Yeah, the ocean breath, breathing in again. As you breathe out, take the gaze to look over the right shoulder. Keep those knees soft. Keep engaged with your feet on the ground. Keep the shoulders down, away from the ears. Inhaling, Ujaii breath, breathing out, looking over the shoulder, dropping the shoulders down. Taking that gaze a little bit further around without force or strain. So really opening the left side of the neck. Breathing in. And return back to the center. Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, bringing the chin to the chest. Soften the knees. So we're really letting the shoulders fall forward, letting the head fall forwards, letting the weight of the head fall forwards. So we'll also feel not just the back of the neck, but also in the shoulders here, the tops of the shoulders, as you let the shoulders fall forward. It's really good to release this area. It can be very tight and then cause a lot of stress and pain. I use the inhale to lift up from the chest and then let the head follow up, so it makes it less strain on the neck. Then we're going to lift the chin to the ceiling, open the front of the throat. Think of it as opening the throat rather than flinging the head back. We just want to lengthen and open the front of the throat, open the chest, take the shoulders down and back, and breathing again in and out through the nostrils. So we're just opening that area. Notice how that feels. And then releasing on the next out breath. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times, let the knees join in. Moving the shoulders, rotating the shoulders, making that movement as big as you can, letting those elbows follow that movement, breathing in, breathing out, letting the arms follow that movement, letting the hands follow that movement. So it's actually very easy. It's with no effort really that the arms are moving, breathing in. The breath is taking them up, lifting the fingertips up with the breath, inhaling, taking those hands back, opening wide. Bending the knees, enjoying that movement. Let the arms just swing a little bit by the sides. And then we'll go the other direction. So we're going forwards. So open the hands up, scoop behind you really wide, and taking the arms forwards. Letting the knees bend. Breathing in, breathing out. So it's quite slow. So we can really feel that squeeze, that opening, that breath. Ujaii breath. Remember to keep that slight constriction on the throat. One more time. Good. Then we're going to get the legs warmed up, so bring the hands to the hips, bring the heel to the backside, kicking yourself in the backside. It's waking up that energy. Yeah. Lifting the chest, giving a bit of abdominal awareness here, so it's strong and supportive. And we lift the knees high. Let's get the legs moving quite quickly. Let's get some heat in the body. Let's get the blood pumping around the legs. Keep the chest elevated, abdominals involved, back of the neck long. And out to the sides with those legs, out to the sides. So enjoy that little bit of engagement in the hips there. Breathe, 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 breathe. In and out through the nostrils. Ujaii breath, ocean breath. You can hear your breath, it's audible. Now we lift the knee and open out, so opening the hips. Lifting and opening. Lift the knee really high and open it out to the side. Nice and slowly with this one, so you get the full feeling of opening, oiling the joints. Yeah, wow, feels good. One more either side. Breathing all the time. And we'll get the shoulders even more involved. We're going to get a lot of shoulder work today. So I'm going to put the left foot forward, left hand on the left hip, our left knee is bent, holding the fingers lightly. I'm going to just swing that arm, swing this, give it a good bit of momentum there. We're going to go backwards first of all, in the big circles. Let's just check you're not going to punch anything or hit anything with your arm. And then we just take it round. Yeah, keep the rest of the body nice and easy, but grounded. And just let the weight of the arm do the work here, just spinning it around, breathing all the time. We're not holding anything, letting the arm swing again. Super energizing these. These are great to do first thing in the morning when you feel a bit stiff, particularly in the winter. And then forwards with that arm. Let it just move freely, giving that arm some freedom, giving the shoulder some freedom. And just letting it swing a little bit then. Taking a moment to shift legs. How does that feel, that arm and shoulder? Yeah. Take a step forward with the right. Take the right hand on the right hip. Knees are nice and soft, holding onto the fingers lightly, swinging that left arm, swinging it back and forth. Breathe, Ujaii breath, support your practice to energize and power you through. Backwards with the arm, big circles, open up the side of the body. Yeah. Let's get some energy and some heat into the shoulder joint. Just feel that spreading out, yeah. And then get some movement, some momentum. We're going to go forwards now with this arm. A few circles, nice and fast. Keep the rest of the body soft. Keep breathing, Ujaii breath. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Coming to standing just to settle the breath a little bit. Feet again, lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. Feel the feet, soften the knees. Then just breathe and move. Breathing in, open the hands up. Spread the fingers wide, lift the hands up. Lift the heels off the ground, bring the hands together. Breathing out, the hands are coming down to the earth. The heels are coming down slowly and smoothly. So the job here of the mind is to keep the movement of the arms in time with your breath. The inhale is all the way up. Try and keep the movement smooth and even as well. The hands come together above the head and they turn, the palms turn, and then face outwards and go down towards the earth. Try and extend the breath. Keep that Ujaii breath, that ocean breath. You should feel and hear that. It's much more audible. It's kind of a little bit like Darth Vader. It's like a Darth Vader breath. That's a really good way of describing it. Lifting the heels, lifting the arms, lengthening through the sides, breathing out, coming down. So we're just really feeling, it's almost like we're thinking about this nurture element as well. We're thinking about drawing this circle. So you can even touch the fingers at the bottom and you're obviously bringing the hands together at the top. So we're drawing this circle, this lovely protective little bubble, permeable. So we decide what comes in and out of this little protective bubble, this circle that we are casting around ourselves. One more time, we're breathing out, lowering the arms down, the hands are coming back down, the heels are coming back down to the floor. So we just feel a bit more centered and steady. So we've released some tension, opened up the body, warmed it up a little bit. So we're going to come into, actually we're going to come to the back of the mat. We're going to come into warrior one. Have the feet in a little V shape, heels, space between the heels. Breathe in, put the weight onto the left foot, step forward, big step for a warrior, forward with the right foot. Get the hips level, so the right hip's going back, left hip going forwards. Get that feeling, pushing back into that back heel. Keep the tailbone pointing down, strong belly. Breathing in, lift the arms up. There's space between the hands, above the head. Try and keep the arms back so they're not right in your eye line, back by the ears. Breathing out, bending into the right knee. So there's lots and lots to think about here, as always, these standing postures. You can also, with standing postures, particularly this one, to make it really super strong, draw a pelvic floor up. So we've got a strong belly, strong back, pelvic floor, what I call the powerhouse. It's really, so it's keeping you strong, but it's also powering you. So it's like an energetic loop. Extend the fingers up to the ceiling, lift the chest, keep the tailbone pointed down, strong here. Also feeling your feet not gripping with the toes. You can look up at the space between the hands, see how that feels. And don't forget to breathe deeply with the Ujaii breath. Great for these strong standing postures. Maybe the right knee comes forward a little bit, maybe that left heel pushes back a little bit. So we're getting deeper into the warrior. One more breath in and out. Let's see if we can manage this. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms slowly on that exhale. And then we're going to come into the forward bend. Breathing in, lift the arms up or take them to the lower back, supporting. Breathing out, soften that front knee, the right knee, and come right over, strong, long back. Bring the fingertips to the ground and start to lengthen that right leg. Lengthening, remember, rather than pushing the knee back. It's a different feeling completely. We feel that we're pushing the big toe into the ground and the right hip is lifting up away. So we're getting this lovely lengthening of that right leg. And the body's coming down towards the leg gradually. Really feeling that both feet are grounded but not gripping. Breathe. Ujaii breath. Powerful, victorious. The Ujaii breath is the victorious breath. Good. So we're just going to come out this softly, not too long in this one. Bend the right knee and walk the hands up the leg. And we bend into the right knee again and spring ourselves back to the back of the mat. Just have a little bit of a wiggle with the legs. Weight onto the right foot, step forward with the left. Big step. Again, you might want to check the width between your feet, but definitely put the right hip forward, left hip back. You're facing the front of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Extend them right up. There's space between them. The palms are facing each other. And as you breathe out, the left knee is coming forwards. Let it just hover above the ankle, no more. All the time, just think about the position of the pelvis, right hip going forwards, tailbone pointing down, strong belly. Drop the pelvic floor, breathe deep, pushing back into that back heel. This right leg is strong. Look up at the space between the hands, stretch the fingers to the ceiling. Keep the shoulders down. We'll have some space here between the ears and the shoulders. Neck is nice and long. All the time, strong belly. Draw up the pelvic floor. Breathe. Strong. Long inhale. Strong, long exhale. Good. Use the inhale to come up. Straighten the legs. Breathing out, the arms come down to the sides. So we're going to come into the forward bend. So as before, either on the back or extended. Inhale. Exhaling, soften that front knee as you come over. Bend it as much as you need to. Make contact with the floor. Fingertips or hands. Come away a little bit. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, forward bend. Lengthening this left leg. The toe is going into the ground and away from it. The hip is lifting up away. Breathe as this leg naturally lengthens and the body comes down towards it. Breathe deeply. Bend into the left knee, walk the hands up the leg. Bend into the left knee again a bit deeper so you can spring back to the back of the mat. Again, give the legs a little shake. Okay. So we're going to come into a balance warrior 3. Yeah, as it's a cold day. So we come onto the left foot, spread the toes wide, really plant that foot, and then start to take the weight over that foot. Find it right over the top of the foot, the center, and then start to lift that back leg up and point the toe or push the heel away. Take that choice, but it's a long leg, it's not bent at all, it's lengthened. As that lifts up, the body pivots forward and your arms come forwards. You can make this lovely mudra where you interlink the fingers and point. This is a Jupiter mudra, which is very nice, and extend the arms forward as you're doing this. So we want to try and get the hips level as well, so we don't want that hip coming out to the side. Don't forget you can use furniture or the wall with this one as well, as long as you keep your arms extended. Oops, yeah, it's tricky today. Breathe. Breathe deeply. Extend. Try not to grip with the toes. Keep breathing deeply. Stay with it. One more breath in. And breathing out, lower down. Good. Give the legs a little shake. Give the whole body a little bit of a wriggle. Keeping the feet on the floor, just resetting. Weight onto the right foot. Just take some time to plant that foot down. Yeah, bending into that standing knee, keeping the hips level. As you start to point that left toe, really make that nice strong point, or pushing the heel, as long as it's extended, doesn't matter which way. And start to take the body forward. The chest is leading, strong, straight back, arms come forwards. You can make this mudra, the Jupiter mudra, for this really effective extension. Fingertips are going forwards, toes are going backwards. Long, strong line. Breathe. You can look at the ground. Focus your eyes. Breathe. Strong Ujaii breath. One more breath in. Lower down slowly on the out breath. Give the legs another shake. And let's maybe come into a Tai Chi twist just to loosen that all up. So feet are decent width apart, maybe wide as the shoulders or wider, knees bent. And let's just loosen that all up. Let the arms swing. Breathe. Look right behind you. Make that extended by coming up onto the toe. Breathe. Feel the space around you. Feel the energy that you kind of developed and ignited. Yeah, that's the word. You've ignited your energy, so now you can just feel and enjoy the space around you and the energy in the body. Okay, so keep the feet quite wide. And we're going to take them wide. We're going to come into a forward bend here. Feet are both pointing forwards parallel. We're going to take the hands behind us. Interlink the fingers, breathing in. Lift the chest. And as you bring the chest forward, you need to have a strong belly to keep the back straight. I'll show you the side, just in case you're not sure. Ooh. So it's kind of coming forward with a straight back, keeping the back, the hands are just staying on the back there, so I'm sliding on the carpet there. Chest is leading, coming forward, straight legs but not locked knees, remember. Let the hands just rest on the back first of all. And then, once you're in as far forward bent as you can go, soften the knees, don't lock the knees. Then let the arms come over the head. So the front of the shoulders are opening. Breathe with that lovely Ujaii breath. Maybe we'll take a breath out for the mouth here as well. See if the body will give you a bit more space here. And then bring those hands to the center of the back. Drawing a circle clockwise on the center of your back. Yeah. And then we change direction, anti-clockwise with that circle, and this kind of winds us back up, but we uncurl nice and slowly. So standing, just give yourself a few more circles. Oh, that feels good. Shake the arms out. And then we're going to just turn the feet slightly out for our goddess. So maybe you want to go a bit wider. Let's just bend the knees to check that the knees and the toes are in the same alignment. Keeping the tummy tucked in. Again, this is a powerful, the powerhouse is in play here. Back, the abdominals, and the pelvic floor. And this is really connecting us to our creativity. Yeah. The sacral area, the kind of base, our base. Bring the hands together. And as you breathe in, you're going to lift the arms up. You can look up at the hands and then you can bring your gaze forwards. Make this really strong. Try and get that roaring in the throat. Yeah, it's going to be the Kali goddess. So tongue out the mouth, wide eyes. Good. Okay, let's try that again. A couple more times, actually. Yeah, express that. Express what needs to be expressed. One more time. Good. Okay. Let's just bring the feet a little bit. We'll bring them together, actually, and give the legs a little shake. We're going to come into another strong-legged heat-making position. We're going to come into the chair, so just check your feet types with apart. Lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. You've got a strong base there. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Extend the hands to the ceiling. Extend, lift the chest. As you breathe out, keep that line from fingertip to base of spine. And you're sitting back as if into a lovely comfy chair. Strong, lengthen. But you keep the back of the neck long so you're looking at the ground rather than looking at the hands. Sit back into that chair. Strong, strong abdominals. Strong back. Use that pelvic floor strength. Breathe. Ujaii breath. Victorious breath. It'll make all the difference. I use the in-breath to come back up. Stretch up, breathing out. Lowering the arms down. Give everything a little shake here. Yeah, shake the legs, shake the arms. Just shake it all out. Okay, where are we? Yes, we have time for another balance, I think. So we're going to come into eagle. Yeah, before we come into that, actually, we'll just have a little interlude because that will strike quite a strong pose and we've got another strong one. So we're going to just bring in our universal prayer. So just check your feet again. Lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. Feel the ground. As if your feet are like hands, feeling the texture of the mat, feeling. Soften the knees, lift the chest, breathing in. Breathing out, point the fingertips to the ground. Breathing in, open the palms up, receptive. Lifting the gaze so we meet those hands coming together above the head and we bring those hands back to the heart center. Very simple, beautiful, very nurturing and nourishing, this practice. Really moving slowly and steadily with the breath, the inhale to the top, watching that connection between the hands, watching that kind of the polarities meeting at the top and then pointing down. So there's two complete circles going in opposite directions, inhaling as they come up, and then they meet, and then half the circle, they're connected. Or for the out breath, they're connected together, pressing evenly, pointing to the ground. And then we just bring to mind, what do I feel I need right now in my life? So we're talking about the balance of give and take. So what do I really want? What do I want to receive? What do I want to receive? And this is what the universal prayer is about. And just bringing those things to mind. What do I really need right now, today, at this moment, to really feel nurtured, nourished, and to be able to be my best version of myself? And just feel free to really bring in everything. Just really be bold, make a strong request, and be open and receptive. One more. Really open wide, breathing in. Draw it all in, bring it in. Notice that moment that you bring the hands together and draw all of that energy into your heart space. There's lots of room in the heart space. It never gets overwhelmed. It's always has capacity. I feel that ability to receive. Close the eyes for a moment. Notice how it feels to close the eyes. The slight shifts of weight in the feet. Bringing your attention into the heart space and what you're giving to yourself and what you're allowing yourself to receive. And just relax. Now open the eyes, drop the hands down. So eagle pose, nice strong one to follow. I'm going to start on the left foot. So we've already done that bending of the knee, so our legs should be nice and strong now from the chair posture. Bending that knee, the left knee, as much as you can. That right foot is just resting on the ground. Now we're going to lift that right knee high. Keep that bend in the left knee. Take it right over the left. Try and keep, again, that bend going very low. And tuck the foot behind, or as much as you can. Keep that, that lower centre of gravity. And then the left hand comes underneath, the right arm goes over. So we've got this crossing over of the arms. And then we bring the hands together. And the hands are just in front of the third eye there. So you're lifting the elbows, you're keeping the legs squeezed together, and you're breathing. Do not grip with the toes. Dare be daring and ungrip and see how that feels. So we're going to come out of this now. So you're going to inhale and open the wings, lift the knee and lower down slowly. Breathing out. Good. Give the legs a little shake, strong on the legs. So it's really taking that gravity down by bending the knee as much as you can. That's going to be more strong for you though. Weight on the right, breathe, soft, soft, soft. Bending that right knee, keeping that gravity low, lifting the left knee up, taking it right over the right, getting the foot, if you can tuck it round the back, and if you're, the more you sink down, the easier that is to get the toe tucked around. But that takes a lot of strength, so squeezing the legs together helps that strength. Right arm underneath, left arm over the top, and bring the hands together. So twisting the arms up, lifting the elbows up, keeping the belly strong, squeezing the legs together. Breathe. Take your gaze to the third eye space between the eyes, between the eyebrows, middle of the forehead. One more breath in and out. And use the inhale to open your wings, lift the leg, and slowly lower down. Yeah. Let's just loosen that all up. Shake the body. And then we're just going to bounce with the heels a little bit. Knees are nice and soft. We just have little tiny bounces on the heels just bouncing up and down on the ground. This feels nice. Energizing for the feet. Just let the shoulders bounce up and down. Good. Okay, so we're just going to come into a ragdoll again to release the back a little bit. So bringing the chin to the chest, bending the knees, letting the hands slide down the legs. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Let the arms hang, let the head hang. Let all the whole upper body and just enjoy that feeling of restoration you're giving the back. Breathing into the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. Breathing into the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. Let's slowly uncurl to standing. So keeping the knees bent, we're slowly going to lift from the base of the spine, travel up through the back, come up to standing. Standing nice and tall, lifting the shoulders and letting them sit back. Taking a moment there just to stand. Let's stand into Tadasana for a second. We're going to come back down. We just want to take a moment to stand and feel the length of our body, feel the connection between the feet and the ground. Soften the knees, tilt the pelvis so you're pointing the tailbone down, belly's strong, lifting the chest away, so lengthening the torso there. The hands are down by the sides, fingers extending towards the ground, shoulders down away from the ears, chin slightly tucked into the back of the neck, lengthens, crown of the head lifting up, soles of the feet pressing down. We're standing in Tadasana, the mountain. And to really increase your receptivity and your sense quality, close one of those powerful senses. Close the eyes, breathing in and out through the nostrils. Keep feeling the breath entering and exiting the nostrils. Feel the whole of your body and the space around your body. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Feel the top of the head, the crown of the head opening. Beautiful white light in the crown of the head. Open space, receiving, receptive to the light, to the sun, to inspiration. And relax, open the eyes. And again, we're going to come into a forward bend. So you can either take your hands to your lower back or extend, breathing in, breathing out, forward bend. Make sure the feet are parallel and about hips width apart. They should still be there from the mountain. And just taking the hands, the fingers to the ground. So we're going to come into this forward bend. So the eyes are going to look at the big toes, not going to look at the knees. Breathing in, you're going to come on the fingertips, look forwards to lengthen the spine. Breathing out, forward bend. Or forward fold is a nice way of putting this, because then you have a feeling of folding like a book, like a piece of paper. And looking towards the toes. The chest is coming towards the toes and the tail is coming up to the ceiling. So get that feeling of that lengthening. Those 2 points moving away from each other in space. The waist is long, the belly is strong. Ujaii breath, victorious breath. Lengthens that breath naturally. It's such a great breathing technique. You can just use it all the time because it naturally lengthens, steadies and slows the breath. So it maintains energy, releases tension, and supports us in our practice. Good. So just soften the knees again, coming up onto the fingertips, breathe in. And now we're going to just come into a downward dog. So I like to come forward a little bit on my mat. You bring the hands forwards, maybe you need to bend the knees. And plant the hands really firmly on the ground. So step back with the right foot, step back with the left, and you're in downward dog. You might need to adjust a little bit to find that position. Keep the tummy tucked in, look towards the feet there. How does that feel right now? Well, let's just get those hamstrings a bit more warmed up by walking the dog. Bend the left knee, straighten the right, bend the right knee, push the left heel down. Keep the waist long, breathe into the chest. Really feel the hands and the palms are really firmly engaged with the ground. There's no gap, no space between the hands and the ground. Breathe. Breathe. Lengthen through the spine. Feel those ribs expanding. Good. Now we're going to come and bring the knees to the ground. Sit back into the heels. Take the arms forwards, bring them forward to the ground in the pose of the swan. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Good. So we're just going to come up to all fours in a cat position, tabletop position if you like. So the hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, not too wide there. And let's just move the back in a very simple way. Engage with the spine. So need to make sure you soften those elbows slightly rather than locking those arms. Notice how my shoulders come forwards when I lock the elbows. Soften. Shoulders go back naturally. Breathing in. Look forward. Chest goes forward. Shoulders go back. Breathing out. Tailbone tucks under. Arch up through the spine. Rippling up through the spine. Bring the chin to the chest. And it starts again. Inhaling, lift the tail. Let that ripple up through the spine. Breathing in. And do this in time with your breath, breathing out. Close your eyes. Let's feel this a little bit more. See if you can experience the spine, all those little movements that happen. This is right at your center, this spinal column. See if we can get more of the subtlety of that. It's obviously a physical thing, a kind of gross thing, if you like. We're talking about, the gross, the kind of physical, the material, and then as we become more aware of the subtleties, we start to feel that energy more. So energy is a slightly more subtle version of our experience, and it gets more subtle. Yeah, breathing out. Arching up through the spine, lifting the center of the back to the ceiling, really looking back, chin to the chest, making contact with the chest. Opening the chest like a beautiful sunshine, lifting and opening. And then we're just curling up and we're going inwards. Again, this Ujaii breath, this ocean breath, very useful in this movement. Slow and smooth. And steady the breath. And connect the breath with the movement and the movement with the breath. Okay, now we just kind of going to place, we're going to do this little shoulder opener and to go into a restorative position. So put the back of the right hand on the ground. It should be behind that left hand on the ground. Breathe in and slide the hand away and let the side of the head come to the ground. And then if you want to, you can sit back. If you find that more comfortable, sit back into the heels at the same time. Or you can stay where you are. So you choose which feels better for you. But whatever you do, you're really going to open across the shoulder blades and in the back of that right shoulder. And if you can even put a cushion underneath your head if you really feel you need to. And then just breathe into the space in the middle of the back. Breathe, relax both arms. Send your breath into your back. Right in the middle of the back, right behind the heart. Expand it. On the inhale, you're going to come back up to all fours. Bring that right hand back. Breathing in. Place the back of the left hand on the ground. Breathing out. Slide the left hand away. Bring the left side of the head down to the ground. And you can either sit back into the heels with the arm underneath the body, or where you were with the bottom lifted away from the heels. It's up to you. Whatever feels better for you, but try and relax the arms once you're here and just relax the space between the shoulder blades and breathe into it with this Ujaii breath. In and out through the nostrils. Notice how it lengthens the breath naturally. Deepens the breath naturally. Now use the inhale to come back to all fours. And sit back into the heels for a moment. Good. Breathe in through the nostrils. Now you can sigh out through the mouth. So we're going to come from this position, we're going to come into a dolphin. So this is great for developing strength in the abdominals. I know I talk about abdominals a lot, particularly because they are in the center of the body and they are supporting the lower back. So we really want to work on getting that strong. So what we do here is take hold of the elbows on the ground here. And then we take the hands forwards, keeping the elbows where they are, we're just pivoting on the elbow, interlink the fingers here. And then we're just keeping this still. Try not to let the elbows slide out. And then you can come up on your knees here, take the knees a bit further away. And this is the dolphin. And you decide how far your knees are going to go away. But first we'll just try this as you are. And you might even be able to make your forehead touch the ground here, in front and behind. Now, if you're finding that's a bit easy, and that's not really engaging your abdominals, make the distance a bit further. So head touches the ground one side and then the other side. Maybe the chin might come forward. And if you think even then, you can stay with that, just coming back and forth with the breath. The in-breath to lift you up. It's also great for shoulder strength. If you're finding that's a bit easy, or you want something a bit more challenging, if you really want to get some strong abdominals, then you just take the feet away and come onto the toes. And this is a surefire way to get strong abdominals. So take the head forwards and back, forwards. Inhaling, lift up, exhaling, coming back. So also, the other additional thing here that's happening is you're getting lots of flexibility and strength in the toes. Coming back and forth. You feel that the abdominals really working, getting engaged, getting lively. One more. And bring the knees to the ground. I'm going to come into lying on the ground just to give those abdominals a bit of a rest. If you want to come into a plank first, you can. Otherwise, just come onto the front of the body. But just for those of you like that, you're going to lower down. And so we get our arms get a final little bit of effort. Lying on the front of the body. Back bends. Let's see. Bring the hands either side. So forearms are parallel, not coming in together, not tight to the body. Fingers are spread wide at eye level. Bring the forward to the ground, bring the legs together. Inhaling, lift the nose, chin, chest. We're not pressing into these arms. We're taking the chest forwards and the shoulders back. And we try and prevent ourselves using the buttocks, which will naturally kick in by pointing the toes towards each other. Then we have to really use the back. Open the chest, shoulders down away from the ears. Nice, serene, sphinx-like expression. One more breath in. Now put the weight into the forearms and slowly lower down. Rest on one side of the head or onto the back of the hands there with the forehead. Breathe in, sigh out through the mouth. So now we can do the same thing. If you want to try a cobra, we slide the hands back, more or less level with the shoulders. Keep those elbows tucked in. So not too tight to the sides with the hands. Spread the fingers wide again. Bring the legs together. Come onto the forehead. Inhale, lift the nose, chin, chest. No pushing into the hands yet. Then we can lift and help ourselves by pressing into the hands, but keep the shoulders back. This is most important. The chest is leading. So very important with Cobra, because your back is a strong back bend, that you keep the shoulders away from the neck, the ears. The chest is going forwards, and why we have the chest going forwards is because it's lengthening the spine. And we want to have the spine long and the bend even through the spine. Bending the elbows prevents the shoulders coming forwards as well. One more breath in. Now put the weight into the hands so you can bend the elbows and lower yourself slowly down. I'm going to come immediately into a counter pose because it's a strong back bend. So push into the hands, sit back into the heels. Extend the arms away. Make little claws, little tents with the fingers. Bring the forehead to the ground. Just to give that extra bit of release in the back of the shoulders. Breathing into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Yes, feels good. Notice how your energy feels. Notice the release and the tension. Just relax the arms down. Breathe out through the mouth. So we're going to just come whichever way you want to. I'm going to roll over onto the back now. So coming onto the back, maybe we want to begin just by hugging the knees, just because it feels so good. Just rocking and rolling on the lower back. So the last little section with our back on the ground. So to begin, give ourselves a full extension. Arms above the head, point the toes, just feel the length of your body, and also we're giving our abdominals a bit of a lengthening, bit of releasing, because they've been doing a lot of work. And then we bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Keep the feet close to the buttocks as you can. It's almost, if you can reach them with your hands, your heels, and then actually make sure they're behind your buttocks, so you can't feel them either side there, and the feet are parallel. The thighs are going to be strong and stable and steady. Hands down either side. We're going to come into a moving bridge, chin tucked in to the chest, as if it's going to touch the chest. Keep that position, so it's almost like you're exposing the back of the neck to the ground more. Inhaling, lift using that pelvic floor strength. Inhaling, open the front of the body. Exhaling, lower the back down slowly. Keep the chin tucked in. Use the strong thighs, they're stable and even, they're not splaying. Open the front of the body and breathing out, lower down. Rolling the spine down. You can move the arms with this if you want to. So as you inhale, the arms come up and reach the ground above your head, and as you exhale, they're coming back down. Rolling the spine. Whichever way you're doing it, make sure you roll that spine. So you're peeling it up. The base comes up first, rather than just lifting. Rolling it up. It's a difference. It feels completely different. You're engaging much more with the spine. You'll find a part which is kind of, you have to start using the abdominals at this bit probably. And so you lay that spine and roll it down very purposely, rather than plopping that last part down, because it can be a little bit flat there. But you want to develop that flexibility there. Inhaling, lifting up. Open the chest. Exhaling, rolling down. Okay. We'll counter pose for a moment now. Next time you come down to the ground, just going to rock and roll a little bit. Ease out that lower back. We're going to come into a shoulder stand. But as always with shoulder stand, if you prefer, you can just put your legs up against the wall. I could put my legs up against here if I want to, this post here. If you're doing that, what's really nice is to get your bottom right up against the wall, or whatever you have there. And if you do that, if you suddenly fancy doing a shoulder stand, you can just do one with the support of the wall. You can see that, how that happens. With shoulder stand, please take extra care and don't move your head once you are in it. I'll show you what you need to do with the blanket. So you need a blanket or some kind of padding, and this goes underneath your shoulders, not underneath the head, because that's completely counterproductive. What we're trying to do is create some space underneath the neck, because we want it to have space between the neck and the floor. Otherwise you can cause yourself a little bit of damage. It's very important that you do that. Unless you're used to not doing it that way, or like for me, I don't have that space for some reason. I do have that space, sorry, when I'm in the shoulder stand, but I have to give you that precaution. We're going to come in very slowly and don't overdo it, whatever you do. So we start off by bringing the weight of the legs over the body, then catch our hips. Again, if you've got your wall there, you can help yourself come up if you find this difficult to come into. Just rest here for a second with the legs in half shoulder stand, so you can get your elbows closer together, and this creates a much better base. Don't move your neck. If you're up in the shoulder stand, do not move your neck, just keep looking up at your legs. And if you want to, you can just stay here, hang around here, or you can lift the legs up, lift the toes to the ceiling. This creates quite a strong kind of lock in the throat. It's very constricting on the throat, but pressure on the throat area and around the neck. So you need to keep that still. Looking up at the legs. Toes lifting up to the skies, pressing into the back strongly to support yourself. Breathe. Breathe into the belly here. Be very careful for the back of the neck. If you want to, you can let the legs come over the head into the plough position. Some of you will be able to meet the ground with the toes. If not, maybe if you've got a chair behind you, you can let the feet just rest on the chair. But keep that support in the back and don't overdo it. It's an easy posture to get wrong and hurt your neck, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to come out of this now. So if you're still up in the shoulder stand, let the legs come over the head, or if your legs up against the wall, you can just stay there. Bring the hands on the ground, slowly come out. This is the best way to come out, leaving the weight there. And if you want, I'm going to give you an option. You can come up from here into boat. So it's just another way to finish, if you kind of want a fun finish. Yeah, and then release. And we're going to come into a counter pose. So coming onto the knees, into the camel. So space between the knees, toes tucked under, lift the chest, take the right hand back to the right heel, take the left hand back to the left heel. If you can't reach those heels, then put whatever you've got on the heels to be able to reach them, whether that's a pile of blankets or cushions or blocks. So we're counter posing. So we've done a strong forward bend in a way. So now we're opening up the throat, opening up the front of the chest, opening up the front of the hips here. It's a lovely hip flexing opener, which if you're doing a lot of sitting, it's very important to keep this area open, counteracting that. And then we come back down to seated. Okay, yes. Let's come into some relaxation or towards there. Maybe extend the fingers to the toes. Let's make that last bit of effort to lie down. Keep breathing in and out. Slowly lower down the body. Slowly lower down. And when you're down fully, let it all go. Let the arms come out to the sides. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend the knees, maybe hug the knees a little bit. And we're just going to do a few things to finish. So take the feet as wide as the mat, make the feet a bit further away from the buttocks. Take the arms out to the side for a lying twist, a simple lying twist. Head is directly upwards, back of the neck long, looking up at the ceiling. Palms flat down either side, breathing in. On the out breath, let the knees fall slowly on the out breath to the left, head goes over to the right. So just enjoy this movement, breathing in. Move slowly and steadily, inhaling. The face and the knees go up to the ceiling, breathing out, knees come to the right, head goes over to the left. And just move with this. And just enjoy all the little movements. Still using the Ujaii breath if you want to, because it just slows the breath down in such an easeful way. Inhaling and exhaling. We're just slowing everything down. Slowing the breath down. Calming the energy. Easing out the back. Easing out the hips. The neck also is getting a bit of attention. We're just easing with the breath. Very easy and effortless. Spinal twist. Come to the center next time. Again, hug the knees. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Slide the legs away. Or if you want, you can have the legs up against the wall for this little relaxation, or up on some furniture if you feel that's going to bring you some more ease and relaxation. Otherwise, lying in Shavasana, maybe cover yourself or put some socks on if you feel like that will help you relax. We're going to have ourselves a few minutes of relaxation now to close our practice. So a bit of restoration and a bit of nurture. So close the eyes. Take a deep breath into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. And now we're losing any technique. We're losing the Ujaii breath, the ocean breath, and we're just letting the breath be very soft, almost inaudible, as if we are a little baby again. And have that sense of being a baby where we have that trust in the universe holding us, protecting us. Feel yourself warm, safe, protected. And just find that quiet, familiar place within yourself, that tranquil place. Breath is soft and easy, coming in and out through the nostrils. Feel the breath is even. The inhale and the exhale is soft and even. The give and the take, the receiving and the giving is even and balanced, steady. Feel the back of the body. The back of the body is rested down on the ground. And feel the breath moving softly in the body. Feel your aliveness. Feel the body sinking down. Dropping the body. The physical body is just dropping and sinking and softening. Sinking and melting into the ground. Feel your body softening. And softening even more and relaxing even deeper. Just knowing that you can relax even more than you are, that you can let go more, loosen the grip. Feel yourself just melding with everything, integrating with the oneness and the ocean of being, everything. Just the wave of the breath, coming and going, ebbing and flowing. We come to the end of our relaxation, just feeling a sense of that self-nurture and nourishment. Feeling the impact of your efforts. Just start to wake the body up gently, breathing in deeper. Giving yourself a stretch on the ground. Waking up, reawakening this body so it can enjoy the rest of the day. Peaceful and relaxed. And enjoy, yes. Move and stretch, maybe hug the knees, maybe give yourself a full stretch. Do whatever feels good to wake the body up enough for you to continue your day in whatever way you need to. And then when you're ready, just find your way slowly and easily and easefully to seated again. Yeah, find your way, just feel your body, just notice, keep your attention in that body and think, oh, how does that feel? What feels different? Maybe just give it a bit more attention by rubbing the arms and shoulders. See if you can just get in touch with yourself. Again, it's just a bit of body contact for yourself, how good it feels to give ourselves this nourishment and nurture. And then rub the palms together. We take all that inside into that infinite heart space. We're placing the warmth energy into that infinite heart space. Good. Close your eyes, bring your awareness into that space. Allow it to expand, or your awareness of it to expand. And just receive and give yourself warmth and energy. And bring to mind your Sankalpa, so really give that intention all your energy and attention and power. Feed it, feed yourself, so that your intention can be of service to everybody else and everything else. Good. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice.